Hey guys, I just want to give a little prequel to this video. I dropped off a group of 3 people at a party for Halloween, and then within like 40 minutes, I got another ring back to go pick up the same guy, and only him and some other guy got in my car, and it turned out they were gay. It's very obvious from the video because they actually say that the reason why they left the party was because there was too many straight people. So I talked to them a little bit about a different view. They were, I think, a little bit shocked that I didn't try to bash them in any way. I'm pretty sure the conversation went pretty well. I mean, they did end up giving me 5 stars and a $3 tip afterwards, so I think they enjoyed the conversation. I don't think I offended them in any way. Usually people that you offend don't give you 5 stars. So anyone that wants to comment on how they must have hated the ride, I'm not seeing it, guys. My ratings are just fine. I have almost 1,500 rides, and I have a 4.83 star rating, if that means anything. I don't have a problem with what I talk to people about. 96% of the people I talk to rate me 4 stars or higher. So, I mean, that's not too bad. So, if you want to try to bash me in the comments about this, go for it. But I hope these people end up looking up what I'm talking to them about. These guys are really cool guys. I picked them up, dropped them off at some IHOP somewhere. Had a great conversation with them. I hope they look into this. I hope they realize that they have an accountability to a creator, and what their choices throughout life dictate now, knowing that. I hope it affects them on a massive level once they realize what's really going on right now. So I just want to thank everyone that's already liked the videos, subscribed. Anyone that shared them, thank you very much. Again, feel free to share them. Feel free to mirror the videos. Go for it. I could care less. I just want to get some truth out there. Just start asking some kind of questions, question the things that we've been taught. But this is Josh Walker, and I am signing out, and may God the Father bless you. The Father of the Son, which was the Word of the Father made flesh, by the way, and he tabernacled among us. FYI. He's the most recorded character in history, just to let anyone know. Peace out, guys. Shalom.
Yeah, this is going out to all the globe heads out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
Hello. What's up? Dude, you know what? When I saw the name pop up, I started heading over this way, I was like, no, it couldn't be the same guy. Like,
The other party is
Too many straight people.
wait, that's okay. Didn't you guys have a third person before?
Oh, my sister.
Yes.
She's going with, she's next Friday.
Sorry to laugh. That was just the strangest reason I've ever heard anyone say to leave a party.
Yeah, ain't no reason.
You know what? Honestly, I could understand that, because if I walked into like a gay bar, I would probably feel a little uncomfortable as well. You know, like just think of it as like the opposite, right?
Yeah.
But imagine that with the whole world. Because I feel like the world is better for well, more. I don't know. I feel like there are way more straight spaces than gay spaces. Just because there are way more straight people.
No, they're just like a lot of stupid people back.
There's also a lot of stupid people.
Yeah, they're drunk.
Personally, I don't care whether you're gay or straight as long as you're not fucking stupid. Well, it's not bad until they actually turn around and look at me like I'm doing something wrong. And say, what the hell are you? It's the street. Like, where else am I supposed to drive? On the freaking sidewalk?
They're stupid. They're never like pedestrian barriers.
But yeah, dude, I mean, as far as being gay and all that, dude, you know, I look at it from a different kind of point of view, bro. Because, like, I realize that I'm a sinner. I'm very far from perfect. And that makes me, like, not to get all, like, into God and all that, but in God's eyes, I'm no different than you, bro. That's all. I'm just as bad, dude. It's just different stuff. You know, like, so whatever. Dude, I'm under the impression where if you don't try to screw me over, I won't try to screw you over, and I'm pretty sure we can get along. You know? Like,
The world would work better if people did that more often. But they don't.
How's your night going?
How's your night going, sir?
one right after the other.
Well, that's good.
You know, like, since I dropped you guys off earlier, I had like 3 rides that had me going around over here.
Was it the same party?
No.
No.
It was completely different. Like, right now, I just dropped the guy off, like, over here in, like, where it looks like the canyons, kind of,
Yeah.
where you can overlook the city. Dropped them off right there, and then you were the next ride, bro. So, yeah. You guys were there for, I don't know, about 40 minutes or so. Yeah. Well, by the time you got there, by the time it rang into me, and by the time I drove back was about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure by the time you decided to leave, that was probably like 10, 15 minutes into you being there, dude.
More or less.
So then, I gotta ask, you guys ever spend a lot of time over in like West Hollywood and stuff like that?
Yeah, we're gonna be there.
Okay. Because just to let you know, West Hollywood is just a little bit too gay for me, bro. Like, I just, you know, I don't like to see that stuff even when it comes to like straight couples kind of
Yeah.
stuff, you know? Like,
ADA.
yeah, like I don't need to see a mannequin wearing a pair of assless chaps and like leather straps across his chest, like in the window, like the big windows at the front of the store.
Yeah.
But personally, I look at things from, like I said, from a different point of view, and I don't like when I'm walking through the mall and I see the mannequins with underwear on and stuff like that, dude. So I don't know.
Yeah, take shoes on.
So it's like a modesty thing.
Well, it's just, I mean, cause think about it, dude. Like, no matter what, when you walk by that, what are the first thoughts that go through your mind? They're definitely not clean thoughts.
No, yeah.
And so that's my issue with it. That's all. Is that it like automatically gets you to think of something that,
That's sexual.
I mean, yeah, yeah, sexuality is natural and all, but it doesn't need to consume you.
Yeah, I understand.
But what do I know, dude? I could be crazy. I think the freaking world's flat.
So what, the conspiracy?
Not so much a conspiracy, actually.
No,
It's
that's why I was like, I should say conspiracy.
because, like, the way I've always looked at conspiracies is how many of them have to be proven true, like 30, 40 years later, for us just to actually look at the old conspiracies and be like, yeah, you know what? Maybe they were just true. Because, like, the whole JFK thing, it's, like, completely proven now that, yeah, Oswald was not the only shooter.
Yeah.
If you think that, that's insane.
Yeah.
If you want to look into, like, the moon landings and stuff like that, yeah, it looks like we landed on the moon in a freaking homeless shelter.
Yeah.
If you've ever looked at, like, the lunar lander,
No, yeah, I have. I've seen the videos.
uh,
It's compelling stuff. I actually stopped watching it because I'm like, oh, listen, you question everything, and then that stuff gets scary. Which I understand. It's important to know the truth about stuff, but because part of it is like, well, what can you do? Because if it is,
well, the
if
first thing you
things
can
are
do is be
covered up-
aware.
Well, yeah, but if things are covered up to the level that they are, I feel like you don't have a lot of power as an individual person.
Actually, you do. Just to let you know,
In numbers, if you can convince others. Well, yeah.
well, you don't have. That's the cool thing about the truth is you don't have to convince people of the truth. You just gotta show it to them.
But that's why it becomes powerful because you share it with multiple people.
True.
I feel like that's just my opinion.
And as far as what can you do about it, I'm actually working on something right now to where I'm putting together a GoFundMe thing to, dude, I want to go after their asses, after like NASA and stuff for all the crap that they put out, like just the flat out lies, you know? Because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing this crap on TV where they're talking about colonizing Mars and these planets that are Goldilocks planets, like 4 light years away and stuff like that.
Yeah, no.
And
There.
well,
Take care of the one that we have, but
they have no idea what the they have no idea. They have no idea because if you actually look into how they're able to tell you how they even know that there's a planet going around that star or whatever, right? Then they tell you that they're counting the shadow of the planet as it passes in front of the star, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know that our sun, from what they tell us, is kind of a midget in the universe and galaxy, right? It's not very big.
It's medium sized. It's a medium sized sun. It's medium sized.
And a lot of these stars that they're talking about that these planets are spinning around,
they're around bigger ones.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, like blue.
So if I had like a spotlight, right? And I was standing on that end of the street over there, and I dropped a golf ball in front of that spotlight, and asked you to tell me when I dropped the golf ball, like, would you see the ball as it dropped past that light?
Yeah.
Really? Like that headlight right now, if someone dropped a golf ball in front of that headlight, you'd be able to see that. And a spotlight's even brighter, and a star is even brighter than that, so...
So you're saying it's too bright for there to be a shadow?
Yes.
I see.
And then on top of that, I don't care if they see a shadow or not, they can't tell me if there's freaking water on it. You know what I mean? Like, how do you know that there's water on it? Because as far as you're telling me right now, the only reason why you even know that it's there is because you're counting the shadows that go by.
Yeah.
So I mean, what shadow are you looking at that lets you know that there's water on a planet?
Fair enough. I don't know any.
It, and then another issue is gravity. I don't like gravity. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Gravity gives us everything. Well, not everything.
Something does pull down towards the Earth. Dude, what in the world? Are you guys going to the Denny's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So do you believe that God created the Earth, or do you think it was natural?
I don't believe in
What was your,
Big Bang or the evolution, I can tell you that.
Uh-huh.
First off, because they tell you that the Earth is what, like 10 billion years old or whatever it is, or 8 billion, whatever they or 4 point something billion,
Yeah.
right? Well, have you ever looked into what the probability of us coming together by chance is? Like, it's a astronomical number. It's like 10 to the 180th power. That's a 10 with 180 zeros behind it. Now, if you take 4 point whatever billion years and you lay that out, right, in seconds, there aren't enough seconds for all those probabilities. Like, so even in their own model, there's not enough time for the random occurrences to happen.
Right.
There would have to be like 3 random occurrences per second for them to have enough time.
Yeah.
And then that's only us, dude. That's not counting what brought together the plants. Like the rocks. How did the rocks get together? Which came first, gravity or mass? Because like what holds mass together? Well, you'll say gravity. Well, how does gravity work? When two masses are drawn to each other because of their size, right?
Yeah.
Well, if they're particles, they're too small to be drawn together. They're not big enough to have a gravitational pull if they're only particles.
Not necessarily small.
No, actually, yeah. Because,
yeah.
I mean,
For you to have a pull large enough to pull something else, yeah, you have to be big enough. But small things are affected by gravity too. But this is a really interesting conversation. I'd like to pick up later.
And the evolution, you're talking about how like they didn't find the other bodies, like 3.
no, I'm just talking about how there's no chance. There's not enough time. There's not enough time.
Yeah.
It's completely impossible. But yeah, and on top of that, the whole monkeys share our DNA thing, 98% or whatever. That's if you discount like 40% of our DNA and 20 something percent of theirs.
I see. Yeah, everything is very skewed.
Exactly. Have a good night, guys.